Hi everyone. Now we will be starting with the next chapter. The chapter is fractions. Now before starting with the questions, let me tell you what actually fraction is. When we talk about the fraction, it means out of the whole. For example, I have divided this whole part into two parts. So how many whole parts are there with me? I am having how many parts? 2. So I am going to write here 2 in the denominator. And if I am saying that this part is used, this part is shaded, and if I ask you that what fraction of this whole is shaded, so that means only one part is shaded out of 2. So this is written as one part out of 2. Out of these two parts, one part is shaded, and if I have to determine this in the form of a fraction, I am going to write it as 1 upon 2. So this means this is a part and this is the whole. A figure is divided into as many parts, I am going to write it in as whole, that means in the denominator. If I am going to divide this into 4 parts, now in the denominator I am going to write that number in which this whole figure is divided into. This whole figure is divided into how many parts? 1 2 3 4. So that whole I am going to write down. Now how many parts are shaded in this out of these two? 2. So can I say that out of these 4, 2 parts are used, 2 parts are shaded? Like this I can write, right? So this is called as the fraction. Now in this fraction, this 2 is called as the numerator, and 4, which is written in the down of this bar, that is called as the denominator. Okay, if I am writing like this is a rectangle and I have divided it into 3 parts. I am saying that only 2 parts are shaded. Now you have to tell me the fraction of the shaded part. So how you are going to tell the fraction of the shaded part? Always remember that in the denominator you are going to write the total number of parts. Now this figure is having how many parts? 3. 1 2 3. So I am going to write here 3. And how many parts are shaded? 1 2. So 2 parts are shaded out of 3, and this becomes the fraction. This is what actually fraction is. Okay, now let's move to the next representation of the fraction on the number line. Now how you are going to represent this on the number line? Let's see. Now my first example from your book is you have to show 1 upon 3 on the number line. How you are going to do it? First of all, you have to see this numerator and this is denominator. Your numerator is less than the denominator. Whenever this condition comes, when your numerator is less than the denominator, you are going to make a number line. Start from 0 and then 1. You have to take 0 and 1. When you are going to take 0 and 1? When you are having this condition in which your numerator is less than the denominator. Right? So I have drawn the number line and I have written 0, and here I have written 1. Next, what will be the next step? I am going to see my denominator. My denominator here is now 3. So what I am going to do is I am going to divide this part into 3 parts. From 0 and 1, I am going to divide into 3 parts. 1 2 3. Now next, what it is going to be? This is 1 upon 3. This means this is 0 upon 3. This is 1 upon 3. This is 2 upon 3. This means that out of 3 parts, this is the second one. And this is 3 upon 3, because when I am going to cancel it, it will give me 1. And this 0 upon 3 will give me 0 only. If I am going to divide 0 by any number, it will give me 0. And if I am having the same number in the denominator and in the numerator, if I am going to cancel it, what will come? 1. So similarly, instead of writing the same numbers, I will write here 0 and 1. Okay. Now what they are asking is 1 upon 3. Just circle it and that is your answer. That's how you are going to represent the fraction on the number line. Okay, now let's move to the next example. You have to represent 2 upon 5. Now what you are going to do? Again, I can see that this is the numerator and this is the denominator, and the numerator is less than the denominator because 2 is less than 5. So I am going to draw a number line and I am going to write between 0 and 1. Now what is the denominator? 5. So I am going to divide this section into 5 parts. 1 2 3 4, and this is the 5th part. Now I am going to write here 1 upon 5. Whatever is the denominator, write it. Then 2 upon 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the denominator write the same number, 5, 5, 5. Everywhere 5 will be there. Okay, and this 1 is, why 1 is there? Because after 4 what will come? 5 upon 5, and when I am going to cancel it, it will give me 1. That's why I have written here 1. Okay, now what I have to show? 2 upon 5. So I am going to circle 2 upon 5, and that's how you are going to represent 2 upon 5. Okay, now let's move to the exercise 5.1. In 5.1, again, first question is you have to represent this on the number line. 1 upon 6 you can now represent, right? How you are going to represent 1 upon 6? Simply you can see that the numerator is less than the denominator, so you are going to take the numbers from 0 and 1. Now what is the denominator? 6. Divide it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Divide this section into 6 parts. Now write 1 upon 6, 2 upon 6, 3 upon 6, 4 upon 6, 5 upon 6, and this will be 6 upon 6, which means 1. Okay, and what you have to represent? 1 upon 6. So just represent it like this. Clear? 1 upon 7 you can do. 5 upon 9 you can do. What we have done in 5 upon 9? Numerator is less than the denominator. Here numerator is less than the denominator, so I am going to write between 0 and 1. Okay, now denominator is 9, so I am going to divide this whole into how many parts? 9 parts. I have divided this into 9 parts. Then I am going to write 1 upon 9, 2 upon 9, 3 upon 9, 4 upon 9, 5 upon 9, 6 upon 9, and like this I am going to write. What I want is 5 upon 9, so I am going to write 5 upon 9. Clear? Now the next is 5 upon 3. So how I am going to write 5 upon 3 is 5 upon 3. Now is the condition in which my numerator is greater than the denominator, because this is the numerator and this is the denominator, and here 5 is greater than 3. Now what I am going to do here is, in this case I am going to make this into improper fraction. This is improper fraction. I am going to convert this into mixed fraction. How? I am going to divide it 3 ones are, and this will come. And if I have to change this into mixed fraction, how I am going to convert? 1 will come here. This 2 I am going to write in the numerator, and this 3 I am going to write in the denominator. So this is your mixed fraction. Now on the basis of 1, 2 upon 3, I am going to represent 5 upon 3 on the number line. Okay, next. Now look here, I am having 1 here, right? So what I am going to do here is 0, 1 and 2. Whatever the whole number I will be having here, I am going to write with 1 next number. I was having here 1, so I will be making till 2. If here would have been 4, I would have taken till 5. Like this I am going to take. Now this part is done. Next is 2 upon 3. How I am going to write 2 upon 3 is, after 1, 2 upon 3, the way we are doing it. Now in this 2 upon 3, numerator is less than the denominator. So what I am going to do is, I am going to divide this part. What is the denominator now? 3. So I am going to divide this part into 3 sections, 1, 2 and 3. So this is going to be 1 upon 3, because after 1 we are talking, right? Next, this is going to be 2 upon 3, and this is going to be 3 upon 3. This is going to be, no, this will be 2 only, right? Now what I am going to do here is, what I wanted 1, 2 upon 3, so this is going to be your answer. You are going to circle it, 1 upon 3, and this will be 1, 2 upon 3 only. Sorry, this is 1, 2 upon 3. Okay, let's move to the next one, E part, 1 upon 4. Now here numerator is less than the denominator. 0, 1. What is the denominator? 4. Divide it into 4 sections, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This will be 1 upon 4, 2 upon 4, 3 upon 4. This was 4 upon 4. So after cancelling I will be getting 1. What is the fraction? 1 upon 4. So this is your answer. So you have to do exercise 5.1, question number 1 in the notebook. Okay, question number 2 you are going to do in the book. In your book, these number lines are already there. Okay, so what you have to do, you just have to write these, you just have to represent these numbers there. Now how you are going to do this? 3 upon 4. Now 3 upon 4, how you are going to write? Numerator is less than the denominator. 0, 1. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have divided this into 4 parts. This is going to be 1 upon 4, 2 upon 4, 3 upon 4. What are they asking? 3 upon 4. So you can do it. Similarly, you can do 1 upon 5 also by yourself. I'll be doing now 5 upon 2, and then C and D part I'll be doing it for yourself, for you. Now see, 5 upon 2. Now since here this is the case in which numerator is greater than the denominator, I am going to divide it. 2 2s are 4 and 1. So how I am going to change it? This 2 I am going to write as whole. This remainder I am going to write in the numerator and then upon 2. So my new fraction becomes 2 1 upon 2. Now this fraction I am going to write, this mixed fraction I am going to write on the number line like this. Now what is the whole number? 2. So I am going to take 0, 1, 2 and 3. I have told you that whatever the whole number is going to be here, you have to take one extra till here. Now 1 upon 2. Now you can see here 1 upon 2. That means 2 and 3. This and this section I am going to divide into how many parts? 2 parts, because my denominator is 2. So 1 and 2 divided into 2 parts. So this will become, because we are talking about 2, after 2 we are talking, so this will become 2, and this is which fraction? 1 upon 2. So the answer is 2 1 upon 2. And what is this? 2 1 upon 2? 5 upon 2. This is your answer. Clear? Let's move to the D part. Even if it is not clear to you, please rewind the video so that you can get the concept clear. 4 upon 3. Now again numerator is greater than the denominator. So what you are going to do is, firstly you are going to convert this into mixed fraction. We are converting this into mixed fraction because after converting into mixed fraction we are getting this proper fraction in which numerator is less than the denominator. For this case we are doing it. Now again let us divide 4, 3. 3 ones are 3. 1 will come, and after converting this 1 1 upon 3. This is the fraction coming to us. Now let us divide this. Let us do this on the number line. Now what is there? 1. So I am going to write 0, 1 and 2. 1 extra we are going to take. Now let us represent this 1 upon 3. How we are going to represent? 3 is there, so that means I am going to divide this section into 3 parts. 1, 2 and 3. Now I am going to talk about or after 1. So here 1 1 upon 3, because this section is converted into 3. Next 1 2 upon 3, and this is going to be 2. We wanted 1 1 upon 3. Circle it. That is your answer. Okay, so now what you have to do in this chapter is, in this exercise, question number 1 you are going to write in the notebook, and question number 2 you will be doing in the book. Okay, thank you so much.